What's going on, guys? Stack back with another tips video for Madden 20, and in this video we're going to be going over how to defend compressed sets. We're going to be looking at Gun Bunch in this video, the West Coast Gun Bunch, and I'm using the Patriots because they have the best O-line with Tom Brady's chem that makes them better. We are going to be blitzing most of the time against Gun Bunch. So just be aware, and I'll explain a little bit of how we do that and the setups and the things you need to do and look out for. But first, I do want to take a look at the personnel that I think is best for running 3-4 odd. This formation is one of the most popular defenses in the game, but I think people tend to not prioritize the positions the right way. I think the number one most important position in this formation is going to be corner. You need to have guys with really good zone coverage and good speed. I use two 90+ zone coverage corners with 88+ speed on both of them in MUT. I believe it's Willie Brown and Darius Slay Jr. Your second most important position is going to be safety. Speed, hit power, good zone coverage. I use a powered up Adrian Amos and Ken Houston there. Now, the reason that these are our two most important positions is because the rest of these 7 guys are going to be blitzing a lot. So it doesn't they don't necessarily need to have any coverage skills. They're mostly going to be block shedders. They're going to need to have pass rush moves and some speed. And you can find that in pretty much any roster, and there's a ton of players in MUT that can get the job done. But these guys are your two main ones. And the reason that we need 90+ zone coverage or somewhere close to that is because they play totally differently once they hit that threshold in this defense and pretty much any defense. All right, so the play we're going to use to defend compression is going to be this cover 4 drop show 2. And on offense, I'm going to come out in mesh post. Now, this is obviously a coverage defense stock. We're going to be making a ton of adjustments to this. So get your pen and paper out. You're really going to need to practice this before you take it online, or else you're just going to mess the setups and you're going to get bombed deep. So the way that I defend bunch in any compressed set is, first off, I baseline. I actually use the baseline adjustment for coaching adjustments. So I'm always baseline. Then you press. Then the next thing I do is I crash my line down, spread my line, pinch my linebackers, blitz on my linebackers, contain. Now, on the solo side of any compressed set, gun split close, gun bunch tight end, gun tight offset tight end's a little bit of a special case because there's receivers on either side, but typically you'll see them motion a guy over in order to block this. So then you'll figure out which side is the solo side. But on the solo side, against gun bunch, I always turn it into a cover 2. So that's Y, and then the first thing I do after setting up this base pressure is to put the safety on the solo side into deep half. That's the first adjustment, because if your first adjustment is what my second adjustment is, to put this guy in a cloud flat, and this guy is still in a deep quarter when they quick snap the ball, then they can run a fade down the sideline and bomb you deep. So at least if you do this first, you're not going to have your cloud flat there if they quick snap you, but you will have your deep half. Then you put your cloud flat. And then from here on out, this is going to be you just making adjustments based on where they're throwing. This is your swing offensive player. You can do whatever you like with him. I like putting him in a purple or a hook curl. The hook curl helps with the quick short throws over the middle. The purple helps with verticals. We're going to go ahead and look at a few examples here just to show you that the pressure does come in. Now, we are using the blitzing guy. So if they see this, a lot of people are very savvy. They'll see this and then no pressure's coming. But just let's say we're playing somebody that's not very smart. They see this, they quick snap. Then you got a guy coming in free. That's easy. That's obvious. What's going to come in if they don't block anybody? This isn't like one of those pressures that comes in every single time against max protect bunch. This isn't like the best blitz in the game, but this will force them and put pressure on your opponent to make quick reads, and that's what we want. So baseline press, crouch down, spread, pinch, blitz all linebackers contain, deep half left, cloud flat left, and then we're going to put this here. So let's say we're facing mesh post. Typically what you'll see in mesh post is a quick max protect, and they'll motion snap this post here. Let's go ahead and hop on Catro. I'm going to put him in a spy just to emulate a user. Your safety will be right there, and that's why I like guys with hit power, because they can step up and pop them if they do that. Now say that route's getting open. Say that they have a guy that's really good catching traffic there. This is where you start to make adjustments. Now what you can do to take away that route, there's two things. You could put this guy in a mid read, but he'll take it away late, and he won't take it away on the early throw. So, or you could put this guy in a purple, which is what I prefer. Let's go ahead and put him in a spy. We'll max protect. And now he drops to that post, and it's not there anymore. It's just your responsibility to user the drag from the right to the point where it can get handed off to the cloud flat on the left, and then you switch to the other drag. Now the other thing you need to look out for, especially from mesh post, is this quick little halfback route. Let's just go ahead and do, I think what people typically do is out route this guy or streak him. Let's block this tight end. Just keep your eyes on the halfback at the snap. All you have to do to take this route away is simply run down and then run back. Your opponent will hesitate on the throw and probably quick throw to the drag, or if they snap throw to the halfback, because you are so close, if you're holding Y, you'll get some sort of an animation to probably swat that. Well, if you do it like that, it probably won't work. You have to get a little bit closer. It was hard to do with two controllers. But you'll probably get some sort of animation, or at least you'll put yourself in the general vicinity of that halfback in order to make a tackle on the catch. So that's one thing you have to look out for. And now we're going to go into why I say having good zone coverage corners is super important in this. We're going to go to this play stick. All right, defense is all set up now. This play stick has a corner route. There's a deep blue on that right side of the field. Typically what you'll see is something like this or like this. Doesn't really matter. Our focus right now is going to be on this deep blue. Motion out their corner route. And boom. Bouye is there to make a play on that. He has high zone coverage. A lesser corner won't be able to make a play on that. They'll drop deep, and they'll be able to throw that underneath and complete that pass pretty easily. Same thing on that side goes for verticals. Verticals, you can't snap throw this year on the wheel route. So this wheel route, even though this will get open, like it should get open, they can't simply do this. Well, that looked pretty good right there, just because it's Tom Brady. Notice it said inaccurate at the bottom. So baseline press, do our setups. Put our user in a spy real quick. We'll go verticals. A lot of times that'll happen. I put 0 pass lead on that. If they wait longer, which they have to this year, then they're going to be throwing right into our zone. So we're pretty much covered on that side for corner routes and verticals. If for whatever reason they start really hurting you in that short flat, set your defense up like this. Put this guy in a purple and then shade underneath. Now, if you do that setup, just realize you have now put this corner into a hard flat. You need to put him into a cloud flat again. The reason I like a cloud flat over a hard flat over here is because if they have a really fast receiver here and they put this guy on a fade, he's going to toast this safety. All right, so let's just go ahead and run stick real quick. Max protect. Put a flat to Edelman. And our middle linebacker will shoot out there and make a play on that. All right. It's important to have fast linebackers. A really slow guy is obviously not going to get out there. They don't need to be like anything super extraordinary, but around 80 speed, 80 plus speed is really good for that hard flat. The other route you have to look out for is the wheel route from verticals. If they're not max protecting, a lot of times you'll see this route combination. And you would think by putting this guy into a hook curl that he would cover that, but that's just not the case. You'll see that that gets wide open. They are throwing into traffic, but it's typically a tight end catching that, so they will come down with it a lot of times. The way to take that route away is to put a purple. So this is the setup. If they run verticals, now that's a lot harder of a throw. They can still sometimes get to that. It's just going to be more of a catch in traffic throw. Sometimes your linebacker will react to it. It's very rare that it gets picked off, but it will be a drop most of the time. Let me think of what other... Oh, the reason we need to... Another reason we need to have 90 zone coverage. Oops. Alright, we're going to set up our pressure here. Cover 2 on the left side. This play here and plays like it with his deep crossing routes, with corners that don't have good zone coverage, this will get behind them if they're in cloud flats. In this case, we go to throw this route, and Ramsey comes back and makes a play on that receiver. Now, it's your job as a user, once that ball is released from the quarterback's hand, clicking onto that corner and coming back to either go for a swat or an interception. You just get back faster if you sprint. You click on and sprint with your guy. But you won't even be anywhere near in position if you don't have good corners out there. So that's why I prioritize my corners in 3-4 odd. Now we are susceptible to the run a little bit. So this bunch has this halfback sweep. I still run the pressure against this. I have yet to have somebody pop a big run on me. If they're going to try to run on me and get a few yards every time, that's fine. I'll live with that. Let's go ahead and put this. All right. So say they got to run the ball. Your blitz will take you down, and then you just loop around and kind of shadow. It's not going to be... The HP base is better, but it's not going to be like a devastating run. The other thing you have to look out for is a scrambling quarterback running to the right. Now, people use Lamar Jackson. They use Michael Vick. They use Steve Young. When you max protect from bunch, you get that tight end blocking. And if we have this look, the container's going to run right into the tight end, and he's going to get blocked down. He won't be able to disengage. So if you're going up against somebody that is running all over the place with their quarterback, instead of pinching, we'll go spread with the contain, crash the defensive line up. This will force them to climb up in the pocket if they're scrambling, instead of finding that little gap in between the tight end and the tackle and getting big yards. They will have to go up the middle of the field, and that's exactly what you want, because your defensive ends and D tackle will disengage, and they'll also probably run into your user for a very short gain. So that's how you would set the defense up against a scrambling quarterback. Once again, spread the line, crash up, spread linebackers, global blitz all, contain, and then you can do whatever you want with Miles Jack. And this is your user, or vice versa, whatever you want to do. But this should prevent scrambling quarterbacks from getting out of the pocket. Guys, that's going to be it. Like I said, make sure that you go into practice mode and get these adjustments down quickly, because you only have a set amount of time when the defense comes out of the huddle, and this is a pretty setup intensive defense. But I promise you, if you master this, it will pay off against some of the best passing formations in the game. And you'll also have great run integrity. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. This is MStack42. I am out.